Welcome to the Reverberations podcast, where we explore the human experience and the journey of self-discovery. What's good, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Reverberations. In our last episode, From Breakdown to Breakthrough, we were tuning into the revolution of love, the re-evolution of love, of where we tune in to areas of our own life, our own human experience, and we open the invitation of where we were holding ourselves back, where we weren't allowing ourselves to become fully alive, to experience the love that we know to be true, to allow the alchemy of love's presence to be able to move through us, to heal us at deeper levels, to be able to access the expansiveness of what love has to offer for us always, in all ways, infinite and eternal. And as I was tuning into this show, I had a lot of things that were moving through me as far as what the topic might be. And it was very clear when it hit me in meditation. It was Awaken the Sacred Heart. And I sat there for a minute and I was like, Sacred Heart. And feeling into that, feeling the depth of it, feeling the divinity, feeling the gratitude and the deep reverence for love and how it shows up in all its iterations, in all of the ways that it reveals itself throughout our daily experience, of whether that's quality time with our children, intimate connection with our partner, a conversation that we have on the telephone, meeting somebody in line at the store. Love shows up in so many different ways. It's not just the romantic love that we identify with and that we attach ourselves to. It's so easy to get caught up in the emotional expression of love in terms of romanticizing it or in terms of gratifying the moment, yet diluting the meaning, the essence, the truth of what love is. A few weeks back, I went to an event put on by Aubrey Marcus and his Fit for Service team. It was called ARKADIA, a festival of a more beautiful world. And while I was there, one of the things that confronted me was the areas in which that I wasn't present with love. I was consumed in my own experience of self-love, yet I wasn't sharing that love. I was only picking and choosing the moments in which I felt safe in order to do so. Yet the challenge that comes with that is we're so guarded. We're so selfish, in a sense, of where we are choosing to place our attention on, which is conditional. And when that was revealed to me that I really wasn't being of service, I wasn't even being of service to myself because I was holding myself back. When we give ourselves permission to loosen our control and the grip on the outcome, or whatever we want to frame the experience as, we provide an opening to experience something beyond what our mind can manipulate. Because most of the time, we're fabricating the experience rather than allowing ourselves to breathe deeper within the moment. And as Aubrey said in one of his talks, we step inside the moment. We participate with it. We're moved by it, through it, in tune, and in harmony. It's inside the moment where the alchemy happens, where the healing is, where love reveals itself, where we are present with our purpose and living on purpose. We remember who we are. It's the reference point for us to always return to when we're inside of the moment that we know to be true, of where we are not controlling it. We are allowing ourselves, giving ourselves permission to essentially embody what it is that we desire in that moment, choice to choice. We are fully alive inside this moment. And this moment is continuous. It's infinite. It's eternal. It's simply a celebration of life, experiencing what lights us up, what opens our heart to receive what is for us. We amplify our self-love. We anchor a deeper trust. And showing up for ourselves provides us the opportunity of where we can set the energy in motion through effortlessly initiating consistent choices that are in alignment with our heartfelt desire, our soul's yes, our most intimate and expansive vision. This is the stuff that dreams are made of. What breathes life into you? What lights you up from within? What makes you feel most alive? What's your life support? What inspires you? And when you tune into that, yes, please, more of that. Amplify that love. It's here, it's available, it's abundant. And when we give ourselves permission to receive it, to be it, it has its way with us. Our heart opens. Our heart softens. Our heart strengthens. Our heart remembers the resonance of harmony. And when I tune in with the Sacred Heart, there was a quote from David Riccio in his book, The Sacred Heart of the World. Our heart is the soft center of the egoless self, and it has one desire: to open. The heart is the capacity to open. It contains our ability to reach out, so it is the antidote to despair. Contemplation of Jesus' heart shows us how deep we really are, how vast our potential for love, how high our aspiration for the light. That's a powerful statement. For when we give ourselves permission to lean into it, allow ourselves to feel the unwavering love for humanity, where all we have to do is offer our love and devotion to being here, to being with each other. In Bhakti, the loving devotion is what leads us to liberation. It opens our heart. We have this infinite desire to be in union, just as the infinite desires to be in union with us. Our soul's yes is the dance with the divine, of where we look into the eyes and see the depth of love. We see the depth of commitment. We see the depth of devotion. We see the depth of truth. We see the depth of perfection. We see the depth of abundance. We see the depth of beauty. We experience the depth of love. When we embody this selfless love for each human, this divine love for humanity, liberation is a beautiful byproduct. Love isn't to be bypassed as easy, or the simple route to take, or even taken for granted. We dilute the essence of love day to day, of where we say that we love something, though we're not even attaching the appropriate energetic expression of the emotion that we're involved in. With the sacred essence of our heart, love doesn't really define it. There's a whole cornucopia of words that dial into the energetic of what the Sacred Heart embodies. When we awaken the Sacred Heart within, we transform fear into love, violence into right relationship and resolution, unhealthy behaviors into graceful awareness and practical application. We shift from hatred into forgiveness. When we embrace our inner fire, it invites us to illuminate all that which entangles or traps or misleads us, because that Sacred Heart is so devoted to unification, to move with grace, to feel the depth, the resonance of peace, to express compassion, to share compassion, to feel empathy, to be timeless, infinite, the energetic embodiment of abundance, the effortless initiation of generosity, the connection with whatever our awareness is placed on, our inexhaustible love, to be humble, to express our passion, to embody our purpose, to emanate presence. We embrace the fire within. We listen to the songs around the campfire. We sing the songs around the campfire. We dance around the campfire. We play around the campfire. We roast our feast within the campfire. We share our moments around the campfire. We purify our thoughts around the campfire. We overcome our fear through the campfire. We remember. We drop into ritual and prayer to remove all of the obstacles that are in our way. The doubt, the fear, the mistrust. And we give ourselves permission to merge with the infinite, to be purified, to be the flame, the eternal flame, the sacred heart that burns forever, of where we are an instrument of creation with an impenetrable faith. It's beautiful. We remember our own divinity, the essence of God, of Source, the essence of creation, the feeling tone of it is felt within and throughout. There's an adoration for ourself, a love for ourself that is illuminated from within. When we awaken the sacred heart within, our self-belief expands and amplifies, as well as has a deeper resonance within of where we're embodying it, as it allows us to overcome any challenges before us. We develop a radical trust and lean into the new situations, which develops confidence in the faith in our abilities and our toolbox and how we show up. We begin to trust the decisions that we make, the choices that we were speaking about before, seem to choose themselves. We're not attaching an energy to the choice chooses itself. When we awaken the sacred heart within, we look within ourselves. We recognize that there's no separation, that we merge with the infinite, that we breathe the same breath, that our vision is in alignment. And when we communicate, our words are in resonance. The feeling is in resonance. The sacred heart that's within reminds us of our own divinity. The sacred heart within radiates a pure frequency, and it's in this space that we expect the miraculous. Like Florence Scovel says, miracle shall follow miracle, and wonder shall never cease. There should be no question that we are enough, more than enough. When we give ourselves permission to live from our heart, deeply, radically trust that we'll be supported, even in the darkest moment, to lean into the shadow, to see what's available for us. We're still enough. We're still here, loving in the moment, living in the moment, dreaming in the moment, trusting in the moment, this moment, as we become fully alive in the moment. We build the foundation and the baseline for our truth to be realized, for our sacred heart to be visible, to be felt, to be witnessed, to be loved. It's bigger than us. It's beyond form. This is where we transform, of where we have the opportunity to step away from our mind space, to shift from our head to our heart. Embrace the energetic connection to all things, with all things, as all things, in all things, for all things, through all things. We have the opportunity to cultivate the garden of infinite possibilities and know that we are part of it, and the greatest shift that humanity will ever experience. To know that we are supported, to know that we are held. This is what unfolds as we awaken the sacred heart within. It's possible for us. It's possible for us to achieve all of the things that we desire on the energetic level of peace, of harmony, of love, of oneness. Of course, there's going to be situations that arise. There's always an opportunity for growth. It's how we place our energetic weight upon that it holds us back. The sacred heart doesn't attach to anything. It doesn't grab onto anything. It doesn't latch. There's no separation. There's this beating in unison where everything is just divinely orchestrated. There's this gnosis. And one of the practices that allows us to awaken the sacred heart is gratitude. The more gratitude that we express for what is here and what's available And what we experience sets in motion a whole series of events that are associated with deep reverence, love of the divine, love of the unknown, love of the ultimate mystery, a radical trust in the unseen. How is that not the most romantic, most intimate, and expansive dream that we are weaving into reality? My intention when I went to ARKADIA was to be fully present, fully available, to absorb all of the information that the speakers were presenting, every vibrational nuance, and then to dance my fucking ass off from the time that the music began to the time that it was shut off. Outside of that space, it was to be the witness, to observe. And what all of this allowed me to witness in being fully present with what I was intending to was I was hyper aware of how I was behaving, almost to the point of, not even almost to the point, I was controlling it. And I was witnessing how I was holding myself back. And on the other side of that was the experience that I was having with myself, of where I was literally dancing for myself and with myself, inside of myself. I was celebrating my movement. I was celebrating the intricacies of how I was weaving energy with my body in harmony with the music that was being played. And that was a celebration in and of itself. Though we can be in love within, though, are we really embodying the essence of the Sacred Heart, that divine love for humanity? And that's where I began to confront myself. I witnessed where I wasn't participating. I wasn't showing up. I wasn't sharing my energy. I was keeping it for myself. Out of fear of rejection, out of fear of judgment. And really, it all comes down to self-judgment and self-love. And the Sacred Heart has such a profound, deep reverence and love for all things in the seen and the unseen, the visible, the invisible, the tangible, the intangible, the most divine love that exists. There's no separation with that. And as I was leaning into this experience while I was there, that was held in ceremonies several times, of leaning into that judgment-free love. And whatever level that is to allow ourselves, give ourselves permission to experience it, to know that it's possible. And we get to be the living evidence of it. We get to be a leader in that. We get to lead with our own Sacred Heart. Once we awaken to its truth, we awaken to knowing that it's available for us, that it is within us. And there was a moment of where Charles Eisenstein had pointed to the stars above. We dialed in to our biggest dream, the most expansive and intimate vision, our soul's yes. And we transmitted that out into the cosmos. About 1,000 people dialing in, focused, intentional, aligned in the same frequency of our genuine truth. We see ourselves as whole and holy, and we see that reflection in everything else around us. And the more that we demand it, the more we are bound and imprisoned by it. So it's to know that we are supported, to know that we are held, to know that we are not separate from it. And I share this story because what I witnessed were areas in my life that I was keeping love at arm's length. And the moment that I recognized it, beyond the noise of my own controlled outcomes, my own expectations of how it needed to be, how it should be, of what I was fabricating, and I gave permission to embody the essence of that truth, of that vision, of that desire, with passion, with purpose and presence. The Sacred Heart had its way with me. my defenses dropped, my heart softened, my inner gaze softened. It's in our most vulnerable moments of where those opportunities for magic to unfold, to alchemize any of our unhealthy pattern thought and behaviors, to harmonize it in the moment, to live stream healing, to remember who we are at a core level, to reclaim our personal power, to embody love. The most powerful resource is when we give ourselves permission to awaken the sacred heart. True strength comes from a love that is beyond any definition, that is ineffable in nature. That is strength. That is power. There is this enduring love. There is this enduring devotion. And as we acknowledge that love is right here, that it's always here, that it's always available, it begins to stare right back at us, to meet us right where we're at, providing every opportunity to witness its glory, its wonder, its creative expression, its sensual explorations, its irrevocable trust to experience divine union, to experience itself, as itself, for itself, with itself. The love of the Sacred Heart loves for love's sake. It permeates, it pervades all things, breaking down all barriers to itself. It's in this space that healing, that alchemy, that miracles appear before us. And we can experience this in the bubble of our own world, in the basement of our lives. Or we can share this experience with others. We can amplify our love. We can engage in the most beautiful, intimate, sensual experience, simply being so devoted and present, at peace in love. The power of the Sacred Heart is contagious. It's infectious. It's a frequency that is felt within and throughout. We restore harmony. We revitalize the human experience. We become better together. Thank you so much for tuning in. If there was something that landed for you, or if you feel that somebody else would resonate with it, that's what this show is all about, is reverberating the message. Knowing that we are not alone in this journey of self-discovery. If you or anyone you know would like a free half-hour session to dial into the essence of the Sacred Heart and to ignite the fire within, visit embracethefirewithin.com, pick a time, and I look forward to connecting with you. Have yourself an amazing day. We are better together.
My soul already sees you. I already know you're there. You're here within. You're everywhere. I merge with you. I breathe with you. As you. In love with you. In love with you. Feel alright.